Greetings everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to explain a Disney adventure animation film called Encanto, released in the year 2021. Have you ever thought if one day your whole family has special magic, but only you have no power at all? How would you feel, and will you ask yourself why don't you have the magic as them? Well, this is the movie about this conflict. Spoilers ahead. Stay safe and enjoy. At the beginning of the movie, we are introduced with the scenarios in Colombia. There is a beautiful and peaceful village. I'd say that Pedro Madrigal, Abuela Alma, and their 3 children used to live there happily. But one day, they were attacked by robbers. Pedro led villagers to flee quickly to find new land, but thieves attacked them. Eventually, he sacrificed himself to save everyone. This made his wife feel so sad. When the Abuela Alma fell into despair and pain, the candles suddenly glowed, and giving them the color of the hill rose everywhere and around the village, by creating a new place to live called Encanto. Well, everything in the house is as if life is good. After that, Abuela's mother and children all grew up with a magical power within them. Meanwhile, the house also made the children feel like they had magic after opening each door. And it continued like that for generations to come. Therefore, every family has a special ability. This magical house has had so many generations born behind each of those magical doors by representing a member. And tonight, the empowerment ceremony takes place once more. She is always the pride of her grandmother. The little girl excitedly holds her grandmother's hand at the ceremony. The little girl's name is Mirabel Madrigal. She is the main character in this movie. At the same time, she touches the doorknob and nothing happens. It is absolutely strange in this family. No one knows about this case. Many years later, she has grown up, and she always works very hard every day to make her family proud. She enters the kitchen to prepare food for the whole family, then goes to each room to wake everyone up. After that, she went out for a walk. On the street, there were children asking about her magic, but she sang about her family. This is Peppa and Felix. They are Mirabel's quirky aunt and fun-loving uncle. They are parents to Dolores, Camilo, and Antonio. Peppa is the one of Abuela's triplets who is gifted with the power to control the weather with her emotions. Furthermore, the third of Abuela's triplets, his name is Bruno, and he has been estranged from the Madrigal family for a long time. He was gifted with the ability to see the future, but often doomsaying predictions that proved problematic for Abuela and his family. So he disappeared, becoming the uncle that nobody talks about. This is Julieta and Agustin. They have 3 daughters, Isabella, Luisa, and Mirabel. Julieta is one of Alma's triplets. She was blessed with the power to heal, but her magic is found in the food she so lovingly prepares for all who need it. Whereas Agustin is a fish out of water. He had married into the magical family. In addition, the special abilities of the big sister, called Luisa Madrigal. He had abilities such as being able to step back and being given the gift of super strength. It means she is the person who does all the heavy lifting. And this is Isabella Madrigal. She was born with a talent that had the magical ability to make plants grow and flowers bloom. Furthermore, we also have Dolores. She is Mirabel's cousin, and she was also the first to know about the town's biggest secrets, most sweet drama, and most interesting places. She couldn't help it. She was blessed with extraordinary hearing, even a whisper, but Dolores can still hear it. Moreover, Peppa and Felix had a middle child called Camilo Madrigal. He was born to entertain. His magical gift allows him to switch into anyone's he wants. Mirabel is also a family member, but she has no special abilities. And today there is also going to be a ceremony to receive special powers for a new member of this family. The little boy is the youngest of the Madrigals named Antonio, who will receive power today. But he is worried because he is afraid that he will not receive a miracle like his sister. While Mirabel tries to comfort him and give him a gift to boost his spirit. When the ceremony starts, everyone is invited, including family members and villagers. Everyone is waiting for Antonio to step up to the stairs to open the door of power. But he doesn't dare to go, so he asks for Mirabel to go up with him. Then Antonio stepped up and opened his door. The situation had made Mirabel remember memories when she was a child. For some unknown reason, the door denied her special abilities at this important moment. Why doesn't her door open? Everyone was expecting a lot from him, and a great thing happened. A parrot flew over, then Antonio communicated with it. Seemed like he understood the language of animals and birds. All kinds of animals came around him and the door opened. When he entered the room, there was a whole miniature forest inside. And a tiger jumped out of nowhere to pick him up. Antonio has played with animals in a happy way. Then everyone happily took pictures of themselves. Except for Mirabelle, who looked at it and felt hurt forever. She was out of the party. Because her family doesn't care about her no matter what. She also has a special ability like everyone else. Suddenly, the house had big cracks that cut across the door's members. She focuses on the candle, signaling that something bad is about to happen. After that, Mirabelle panics and runs to tell everyone what just happened. But when people come, they can't see anything. Then it makes people think Mirabelle is jealous that Antonio wants to make the ceremony awkward. After that, Grandma Abuela says don't worry about anything. The magic in the house is still very strong and everyone continues fun. At night she slept, but she could not sleep because she only imagined the house was cracked. So she sneaked up to the roof to look at the candles. At this time, Mrs. Alma was also here and revealed that those stains would cause this family to melt. As for this reason, Grandma Abuela performed a magic trick to hide it from everyone. By the time Mirabelle came out, she was determined to find the cause of this reason in the family. In the morning, Mirabelle remembered Dolores's aunt and asked her if she had heard the sound of the house cracking or not. But she asked the wrong person. He was Camilo. He laughed at her. Suddenly, Aunt Dolores arrived. But the grandmother called for everyone to eat food. Later, the grandmother announced that there was good news because this evening a man named Mariano would ask Isabella to marry him. And everyone was happy. After eating, Mirabelle asked Luisa if she knew about the magic break or not. Then Luisa sang, describing her concern that she had a responsibility to help her family. What would happen to the villagers' families if she did not have magic? Her sister also revealed that Uncle Bruno had the ability to see bad luck in the future. He ran away from home a long time ago, but should walk to his room to find the answer. After that, Mirabelle opened Bruno's door and saw a wall of sand that was also risky to enter. Then fell into a hole like his room full of sand. His house was at the top, so Mirabelle had to walk thousands of stairs to get to his house. Finally, she also managed to climb to that place. And she was very happy. But when she saw that the other side of the cliff was about to collapse. At that time, she was lucky enough to successfully use the rope swinging technique to cross to the other side. Then she went inside and found a rock that shone brightly and had many breaks. And then she put the stone together. It is seen that she was shocked when she saw that the person inside was her. Suddenly, the wall began to crack and fall. She tried to collect the remaining pieces and left. Meanwhile, she had met her grandma. But fortunately, because Luisa was interrupted so she could run to the room, while Mirabelle was about to arrange the stone fragments. In the meantime, she saw Aunt Peppa, and Mirabelle asked Aunt Peppa why Uncle Bruno disappeared so mysteriously. Aunt Peppa said that when Uncle Bruno said something would happen that would make people not like him or not want to talk about him because of his predictions. Mirabelle had asked about Uncle Bruno, but no one answered her. Later, Mirabelle decided to go to the room to put the match stones together. Suddenly, she saw a picture of herself and the ruined house. Meanwhile, her father walked in. He spotted the picture. She told her story to her father. Mirabelle's dad told her to keep it a secret, but Aunt Dolores overheard them all talking. Afterwards, family members came together for Isabella's party. At first, it seemed like everything was going smoothly. Then everyone starts talking about how to get married. Mirabelle continues to watch over her aunt for fear that others will find out more. But Dolores also tells her cousin Camilo that Mirabelle is the cause of the problem in the village. Then Aunt Dolores shouts to everyone that Mirabelle is the cause of the trouble in the village and that the house will be destroyed. Mirabelle tried to talk nonsense and force Mariano to wear a ring for Isabella. Due to the high turbulence, the power magic of everyone starts to fail. As a result, engagement was destroyed. Later, Mirabelle saw a rat carrying a stone. That's why she tried to run after it. Then she saw a path behind the picture. Following that, going into it, she found someone. She tried to follow him, but suddenly fell into the hole by accident. The man tried to pull her back, but he fell into the hole. Of course, the man stood up without incident. because it is just a shallow hole. Overall, Mirabel had found an uncle who had been missing for many days in the house. But no one knows that he always lives in the house with the whole family by living behind the wall opposite the dining room. Afterward, Bruno told Mirabel after that night she didn't receive any magical gifts. That's why Grandma told him to guess. He saw in the future. The house was in danger and there was a picture of Miracle because he wanted to hide it to protect her. So, Bruno left the house. A while later, Mirabel asked him to look at the future again. Uncle Bruno agreed to look at the future again, finding the cause of the problem. They started by pouring sand around in a circle, and then lighting small lights to form a time-traveling ceremony. Then Bruno began to shake hands with Mirabel by creating a whirlwind of vision. Going into the future, they see bright butterflies tomorrow. The candle burns harder. And then a picture of the fun of hugging Sister Isabella with Mirabel will make the magic happen again. These things are not easy, because she does not get along well with her sister. But to save the villagers and family, this time she went to Isabella's sister's room to apologize. The two had a lot of arguments, but eventually they got along better, because all things just misunderstood of them. Then they even sang praises that life was so beautiful, that everyone around them could see the flowers in full bloom. In addition, they both stood on the roof and danced like squirrels and hugging each other, gradually until the candle wave becomes stronger. Then the village becomes a happy village again. At that moment, Mrs. Alma appeared. She did not listen to Mirabel's explanation. Then she gets angry by thinking that Bruno left because of Mirabel. She is the problem for the whole village. Mirabel was so upset that Grandma accused her, even though she did not do anything wrong. As the two argued fiercely, the atmosphere began to cloud, the house rocks began to crack, and the candles went out. The house was destroyed. And everyone was exhausted after that. Overwhelmed, Mirabel left the village to hide and cry elsewhere. Silently contemplating when Mirabel was in despair, Grandma arrived. Grandma described her grief and the grief of the village. Only then did Mirabel realize that it was because Grandma loved her family. So, they have to overcome this terrible situation. Grandmother and granddaughter understood each other and hugged happily. At that moment, Bruno appeared and tried to tell Grandma that Mirabel was not at fault. But when Grandma saw the sun, she immediately ran to hug Bruno. And the three of them were happily reunited. Then the three of them rode back to their families. Finally, everyone in the family had forgiven one another. Clearly, Bruno was also welcomed back to his family. Suddenly, people from all over the village came to help rebuild the house. Even if they don't have magic, but still have the support of everyone in the village. Whereas Mariano had engaged with Dolores. It made Isabella so happy because she didn't love him. At the end of the movie, we see that the Mirabel family has given Mirabel hope to open the door to their new home. Then a miracle happened by healing the wounds of the family and bringing energy back to everyone, to be sure that they live together in peace forever. That was all from the video. I hope you liked it. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thank you for watching.